All right, we've just learned new information in the case of a man who died after a struggle with security guards at Northland Mall. The Oakland County Medical Examiner has just confirmed Mackenzie Cochran's cause of death as position compression asphyxia. You may recall in cell phone video of the incident in January, Cochran complained he couldn't breathe after witnesses say he was pepper sprayed and then held down. The medical examiner ruled Cochran's death as accidental.
Updating a developing story now with word of a criminal investigation of General Motors. Federal prosecutors in New York looking into GM's handling of the huge recall over faulty ignition switches linked to 13 deaths. Now, this is according to a source who told Reuters the investigation is in its early stages. A congressional committee also looking into the problem that goes back to 2003. It wants General Motors to turn over related documents in 2 weeks.
Well, there's growing evidence tonight that GM had plenty of warning about the faulty ignition switches dating back 10 years. 7 Action News investigator Ross Jones has been digging through court records and joins us live from the newsroom with the very latest. Ross?
Carolyn, GM has already apologized for its slow response to faulty ignition switches, but tonight, safety experts say that's not good enough.
At the end of the day, you've got a company that knew about a problem with this product and decided not to resolve it and not to recall the product. That's troubling.
Vehicle safety expert Sean Kane and scores of others today say GM waited too long to recall more than 1.6 million vehicles, including the Chevy Cobalt and Saturn Ion. The recall surrounds faulty ignition switches that cause the engine to shut down, disabling airbags and power steering. According to court documents, GM was aware of the problems as early as 2004, the same year the Cobalt was introduced.
Driving down the road, the car suddenly shuts off in the middle of traffic, in the middle of a highway, with oncoming cars. You know, these are all scenarios that are recipes for disasters. In some cases, they did result in disasters.
One of them involved 29-year-old Brooke Melton. The Georgia woman died in March 2010 after the ignition in her 2006 Cobalt switched from run to accessory, causing the engine to shut off. Her family sued GM and reached a settlement in 2013. But before the suit was over, lawyers took depositions of scores of GM officials, and that's what revealed the company knew of the problems as early as a decade ago. One complaint from way back in 2005 came from the mother of a young man whose Cobalt was stalling 2 to 3 times a week, each time his knee hit the ignition. The mother said she was afraid her son would be killed and wanted GM to take the vehicle back. How many people need to die, she asked, for this issue to be a recall?
They should have recognized this a long time ago.
Regina Page has driven her Chevy Cobalt for 3 years. She's afraid to be driving it today, avoiding highways now, so if the worst does happen, she won't be traveling at a high rate of speed. She said she'll have to wait at least another month before the new fix will be ready for her vehicle.
I am very disappointed in the company. I think that they said their customer service is paramount, and apparently it's not.
While the U.S. Attorney and Congress are probing GM's ignition failure, the company says they're looking into it too. New President Mary Barra said GM will hold itself accountable. From the newsroom tonight, I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.